Piston Pulse, and today we're exploring Great Wall Motors, Tank 300 Hooke Edition, and the jaw-dropping new twin-turbo V8 plug-in hybrid powertrain. You might think a Chinese off-roader couldn't challenge legends like the Wrangler or Prado, but GWM has packed live axles, diff-locks, and coil spring suspension into a body-on-frame SUV that's built for rock crawling. They've capped it off with a hot V4.0-liter V8 that revs to 8,000 RPM and slips into EV mode around town. Over the next 8 to 9 minutes, I'll walk you through every angle: the bold styling, the surprisingly plush cabin, on-road manners, hardcore trail gear, safety tech, ownership costs, value math, and how it stacks up against the usual suspects. By the end, you'll know whether the Tank 300 is your next obsession or just another overhyped newcomer. Let's start with the look. From the outside, the Hooke Edition is pure purpose over polish. Think Mad Max meets modern military. The normally independent front suspension is swapped for a solid axle front and rear, giving it a proper crawl ratio and long travel coil springs that swallow boulders and washboard trails alike. Those beadlock style 17-inch wheels wrapped in Cooper all-terrain rubber don't just look badass. They're ready to burp down tire pressure for extra grip on loose rock. Matte black steel bumpers front and rear guard your paint from impacts, while exposed tow hooks and modular roof rack points beg for winches and rooftop tents. Up front, square LED DRLs flank a chunky grille that gives the tank a permanent stare, and around back the swing-out steel tailgate carries a gas strut-assisted spare that's as tough as the rest of the metalwork. It's boxy, it's chunky, and it's not here to win fashion awards, but if you crave function over frills, it's an instant classic. Climb inside and you're greeted with surprisingly premium touches. The seats were Napa-style leather with contrast stitching, and the dashboard gets leather-wrapped bolsters around a satin silver tank plaque. In front of you, an 8.5-inch digital cluster displays speed, torque, and even a tilt-and-roll meter when you're off-road, while the 12.3-inch center touchscreen handles navigation, media, and a 9-speaker audio system with ease. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, and there's a cheap charging pad tucked into a hidden cubby under the center console. Knurled aluminum knobs for drive modes and locking diffs feel reassuringly solid, though I did wish for a telescoping steering column on the Hooke model. Storage is thoughtful everywhere: cup holders, door bins, under-seat trays. So daily usability isn't an afterthought. Under the hood of a standard Tank 300, you'll find a 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder that cranks out 167 kilowatts at 5,500 RPM and about 380 newton-meters of torque from 1,800 to 3,600 RPM, all routed through a silky 8-speed ZF automatic to a part-time four-wheel drive system. On pavement it hustles to 100 kilometers per hour in roughly 8.5 seconds, with a broad torque band that means you rarely need to hunt for gears. The 8-speed auto shifts crisply in comfort mode and slams through ratios in sport. Low-body roll is still noticeable in quick direction changes. Steering feels pleasantly weighted, with just enough feedback to build confidence without tiring your arms on long drives. And when you hit the trails, that live axle hook setup all but guarantees you'll crawl over obstacles that would flummox most SUVs. Despite its ladder frame bones, ride quality is better than you'd expect. The standard independent front end and multi-link rear soak up mid-corner bumps without feeling wallowy, and NVH is reined in by acoustic glass and extra cabin insulation. Wind noise only becomes obvious past 110 kilometers per hour. Inside the Hooke Edition, the ride firms up thanks to off-road tuned dampers, but it never feels punishing unless you're bombing at speed. I found the seat supportive on day-long drives, with firm side bolsters that keep you planted even when cresting uneven terrain. The high driving position gives you a commanding view in town, though the thick A-pillars can obscure tight corners. Luckily, the Tank's 360-degree camera helps eliminate blind spots. On the safety front, GWM hasn't cut corners. The Tank 300 carries a 5-star ANCAP, rating thanks to dual front, side, and curtain airbags, plus a clever front center airbag that prevents occupants from colliding in a side impact. Active driver aids include autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian and junction assist, Just remember to switch it back on before hitting the highway. Owning a Tank 300 is surprisingly affordable, too. GWM offers a 7-year unlimited kilometer warranty, one of the segment's best, plus 5 years of roadside assistance. Cap price servicing for the first 5 visits keeps annual costs under $400 Australian dollars, with 10,000 kilometer intervals that fit neatly into any busy schedule. Early owner feedback and specialist torture tests point to solid build quality and reliable components, though resale values take a season or 2 to fully prove themselves as GWM establishes its global reputation. When it comes to bang for buck, few rivals can touch it. In Australia, the Tank 300 starts at around 49,990 Australian dollars drive away, climbing to about 53,000 for top spec. For comparison, a base Jeep Wrangler costs roughly 76,000, the Toyota Prado about 72,000, and the Ford Everest a similar 54,000 for its mid-range model. Yet the Tank tucks in serious off-road hardware, live axles, diff-locks, coil springs, and best-in-class warranty for thousands less. It's like finding a toolkit full of premium Swiss-made instruments in a bargain toolbox. Still, it's not perfect. Brand perception is still growing, and some buyers glitch for that heritage badge on the grille. The ride can get firm in hardcore hook trim, and the torque dip at very low revs in standard mode means you'll sometimes need a quick kick on the throttle. And while the interior materials are solid, a few more soft-touch plastics here, and they would seal the deal for folks used to luxury brands. But here's the clincher. The upcoming twin-turbo V8 PHEV will slot into the same body, promising silent EV driving in the city and that bargain blaze of a high-revving 8-cylinder when you hit the trails. It's the kind of tech few off-roaders even dream of, and it could push the Tank 300 from smart choice to instant legend. If you're after genuine go-anywhere capability without a 6-figure sticker shock, the Tank 300 Hooke Edition is a revelation. It mixes clever tech, solid construction, and a price tag that dares you to find better value. And if GWM nails the V8 PHEV launch, we could be looking at the next giant killer in the luxury performance SUV arena. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. If you've had a Tank 300 experience, good or bad, drop a comment and share your stories. Smash that subscribe button for more no-nonsense car reviews, and let me know which rig you want me to tackle next. Until then, I'll see you out on the trails.